Hey everyone, this is Certified High Performance Coach Michelle Weimer here with you today. And if you are in the US, I hope that you are enjoying maybe a shortened week, as Monday was Labor Day here. And lots of people got the day off. But today, speaking of Labor Day and work, we're talking about love of the work that you do. And hopefully, you're the kind of person that doesn't need a day off away from work, but enjoy it nonetheless. I mean, nothing's to say that you can't enjoy a day off. Everybody loves that. But so many times I see people who are just like, oh, just they're miserable in the work that they do. They don't enjoy their work. They agonize over having to get up and go to work every day. And, quite honestly, that's a sad deal because the truth of the matter is, most of us are going to spend the largest part of our lifetime working. I mean, I know for myself, I started working when I was 14 years old, and outside of a period of time when I was having my girls and they were little, I've worked my entire life and plan to continue to work. But part of that reason that I keep working is because I actually love what I do. So there's a quote by David McKay. I'll just read it to you real quick. It says, "Let us realize that the privilege to work is a gift, the power to work is a blessing, and the love of work is success." And, I really think that's true. If you've heard me talk about the concept of success before, I've talked about how important it is to define what success is to you. And that really, to me, success is about happiness. So if you don't love what you do for a living, if you're miserable at your job or you hate your career, that's not success. Even if maybe you've climbed the corporate ladder or you have a very successful business or, whatever the case is. But if you're not happy, that's really not success in the true definition, as in my opinion, of what success is all about in our lives. So think about that for yourself. Ask yourself a couple of questions. Do you love what you do? Is it in alignment with what you're passionate about? Is it in alignment with your purpose? And if you're not sure of that, that's something that I work with my private clients on, is really defining their purpose statement. And your purpose isn't just about the things that you do, by the way. It's about who you're being, how you're showing up, and the gifts that you share with the world. So, somebody asked me recently, what I loved most about my career as a coach. And I mean, I have to tell you, I really do love what I do. I love working with my clients. I love empowering people and teaching them the tools and helping them navigate ways to improve their life, to be their best selves, and to create a life that they want, to create that success in terms of creating happiness for themselves. And as I was talking about it, I was getting so excited and getting passionate about it. And they were like, wow, I can really tell that you do love what you do. And I was like, yeah, I totally do. Now, of course, I didn't talk about the pieces of my job that I don't love. There are some elements that aren't my favorite things to do. But that's okay, right? So when I'm talking about looking at your career, looking at what you do for your work. And hey, by the way, if you are a stay-at-home parent, by all means know that that is a full-time job. Like, that's probably the biggest, most important job in the world, right? So that might be you as well. If you're watching this and you're thinking like, well, I'm a stay-at-home parent, that's okay. Think about the elements of that you love. Because here's the deal, you guys. Maybe you're not in a position right now where you can leave your job. That happens sometimes. If you are, by all means, and you're examining your career and you're examining what you're doing, and you're like, I hate this. I hate every bit of it. Maybe you just don't like the environment that you're in and you just need to change and find a new place. Maybe you really aren't happy doing what you're doing anymore. Maybe you're at a stage of your life where things have changed so much that it's just not for you anymore. If that's the case, then let's talk about how we can get you moving and creating a plan into doing something different that you do love, that you are passionate about. But what most people find when they really start looking at it is that they've lost their passion, or they've lost their focus on the things that they really do love and enjoy about their work. And so maybe what you need to do is take a look at that and make sure that you're putting your focus on those things. Again, when somebody asked me, well, what do you love about work? Like, I just started getting so excited about the work that I do with my clients. Do I love the administrative duties? Not so much. I mean, like, that's not my favorite thing to do, but the good outweighs the not so great, right? And that's what you want to consider for your own self, is take a look at the parts of what you do that you love. Make sure that there's more of that and less of the things you don't love. And hey, you know what? Delegate things. If you are an entrepreneur, look for someone that you can hire to do the things that you don't love doing, to do some of those tasks. If you are a business owner, of course, by all means, right? Hire someone to do those things. If you are working in a company, if you are an employee somewhere, maybe that's not always your option. But again, make sure that you're getting to do things that you can take ownership of, that you can really enjoy, and that remind you of what you love about your work. And if nothing else, decide that those tasks that you have to do that you don't love doing are still those pieces, or recognize that they're still pieces of the puzzle that create the big picture. So, for example, I always like to say nobody likes to do the dishes, but everybody loves to eat on clean plates, right? So, if you are someone who has some tasks in the work that you do that you really don't love, try to see the bigger picture. Look at how the work that you do and those tasks play an important role in the work of the company, or the work of that you're doing. If you own your own business, likewise, right? Like, some of the tasks that I have to do, the administrative duties, they're part of what make my business run, so that I can have a business, so that I get to do the parts that I love to do. So make sure, as you kind of think through this week, explore again and see if you can find the passion for what you do. See if you can, reconnect with your purpose, and make sure that you are doing pieces of that every day throughout your work tasks, throughout your career. And again, if you find that it's just not in alignment with you anymore, it's really not your place or something that you enjoy doing, then maybe it is time to explore what it is you do love, or what it is you do have a passion for now in your life. That happens to so many people. They hit a stage of their life where they realize what they thought they wanted to do for the rest of their life is not so much what they want to do anymore. That's okay. But what's not okay is, once you discover that, to stay stuck and stay miserable, and to not love the work that you do. So again, my big challenge for you this week is, take a look at the work that you do. Make sure that you find that you refocus on the parts of it that you love, that you are getting to do the parts that you love, and that you have a new perspective about the parts that maybe you don't love so much. See the big picture, or rekindle your purpose. And if you find, after doing that little examination, that you really, really want to change, then it's time to put a plan in place so that you can create that change. Because, as I said before, we're going to spend the large majority of our lives working. It's so important that you're doing something that you love. So until next week, I want to thank you for joining me for this week's video, and I want to encourage you, if you don't already receive my weekly emails, so that you can actually read the the article that goes with today's video, make sure that you go to my website, michelleweimer.com, and that you subscribe. Grab the free gift that's there for you, and make sure that you're getting my emails in your inbox every single week. And until next week, again, thanks for joining me. Bye for now.